And we're back. We're live on Professor Bats and Friends. Whew.
What are you doing, buddy?
How I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Trying to get my calendar updated, but I'm good.
I'm trying to keep my calendar updated too, because it seems like we got a lot going on between now and then.
Yep.
Whenever then is. But until then, we're going to talk about last weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
You're live. Yeah. Welcome to Professor Bats and Friends, everybody. Welcome on a Tuesday. Here we go. Come on. Oh man, I am in recovery mode from last weekend. Got a little sunburn. It was almost reminiscent of the heat at Big Iron 2022 for part of the middle of the days. A little warmer than what I thought it would be.
Yeah, dude, it was a little warm. It caused me to shave off all my facial hair.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
You got the baby face going again.
Yeah, I did. I started over. I don't know if I can hack the beard in the summer. That was pretty warm.
Yeah. Well,
Two Feather Channel.
I am. Gen Xers are on here. They went with us. Hopefully, they'll have some things to say about this past weekend. It was really good to meet them. Really good to meet them and visit with them. They've got one of the coolest rigs that I've seen.
Yeah, I love that Harker outfit they've got going on. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Richland Valley Family Farms.
Hey,
got a little sunburn prepping for Rockin' Richland concert May 13th.
That's the folks that hosted Bonfire.
Yeah, cool. Hey, appreciate you coming on. And free advertisement there. You're welcome. All right, good deal. Rockin' Richland concert May 13th. That's pretty cool. So put that on your calendar, May 13th.
Yeah.
Oh man, I tell you what, this past weekend was something that we had been wanting to do for a while now, just to get everybody together, some people that listen to the channel, listen to the podcast, and just try to get together and meet them. You know, it's different when people get on here and comment, and you know you've seen them on Instagram, you've seen them on Facebook, but you've never met them face to face, and there's nothing like face to face. Nothing beats it. So I mean, you and I talk every day. We text every day. I see your face every week when we get on here, but you know it's almost like a family reunion every time we get together. So it's you just can't beat a face to face.
No, so you can't beat it around the campfire, camping, telling stories.
Yeah,
jokes, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. Scott from the Old Men Fishermen's Group,
Old Guy Fish Camp or something.
Old Man Fish Camp, I think is what they go by. He got down there on what, Wednesday? Wednesday. Yeah. And said there was a lot of people there already, and I figured it was going to be a little crowded because it was going to be a nice weekend for floating the Buffalo, the America's First National River, and I figured there'd be a lot of people down there. So I'm glad he got down there early. Got us a little spot tucked in, and then you went down Friday morning.
Yep.
You met Rhino.
Just outside of Harrison, and we drove in.
Rhino from Rhino Built Customs. Many of you know him. He's one of the main guys that helps Chris put together more expo and Big Iron Overland Rally. He's got the big white van called the Vanna White,
Vanna White, yeah.
which is a white van. Perfect name.
Something so cool.
Just built him out a new Land Rover, so he's pretty excited about that. And we saw that at more expos, so that was pretty cool being able to see what he had done with that. So Rhino's a super good guy. Love hanging out with him. He's got some great stories. He's a Cali guy.
Yeah.
So he's always got the cut off sleeves with the tattoos everywhere and the long shorts and the boots. He wears the same thing. I've never seen him wear anything different. So that's just him. He just shows up.
I'm looking forward to seeing his new build on the trail.
I think he's excited to take it out for the first time. The new Land Rover, he has done some amazing, the old school vibe he's got on that, with the big round lights up top and the humongous roof rack.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. He's got it outfitted with quick pitch, everything, just like all of his stuff. So that's going to be neat. Gen Xer says Rhino's van is next level, and that's true.
That's very true.
So true. Rhino does. He's a dog trainer, so he's got some dog kennels in there. Got a big quick pitch awning on it. Got a quick pitch rooftop tent. Got humongous heavy. I think you could drive a truck on his slides that he has on that thing that he pulls out of the back, and always sets up the scuttle. Always does some cooking, and it's always cool to have him come along. So I know y'all met coming down there a little early on Friday, got down there pretty early, and then your wife and all your crew came down
Friday night.
Shane and the dogs and McKenna came down Friday afternoon, and then we rolled in after that because I wasn't able to leave after work, and you said something about the mud going in. There was a little bit of rain on Thursday, so it kind of made everything a little bit muddy.
Yeah. The last time I was there, it was a dust storm like crazy, and I was following Arla in. She was pulling her trailer, and I had to stop. I couldn't see, and then this time it was a complete opposite. The mud was flying everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I came in a different way. I came in from St. Joe, and of course there was some river crossings down there, but after we went across the creeks, we went through some mud, and that mud, I don't know if I've ever seen anything like it. It turned into Quick Creek. I mean, when we got back, we went down to the car wash because I got to looking at that, and it was like mud mixed with rocks, and it was that red Arkansas clay. Looked like it was just baking on there. So we went down to I bet we spent $9 going down there, and it was kind of funny. Gia had the wand on there, and it took her like 3 or 4 minutes to get just one fender of the trailer washed off. And I was like, "Hey, we're running out of time. We're gonna have to go a little faster. I ain't got any more wands, so let's speed it up a little bit, try to get the best off we could."
We did too. We went down at the same time, and we got, I think, $10 in quarters.
Yeah.
I don't guess we came back with any, but
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, I think I came back with a little. I wasn't able to get all mine off, but I washed it. I was still trying to pressure that stuff off right up until the last second, and so I'm pretty sure I got a little bit, and I know I've got some in my wheels because I had a little bit of a shake coming back. So
yeah, that's what happens. You get mud stacked up on the inside of your wheels, and then you get parked, and it dries in there nice and hard with all that heat. Yeah. And then the next thing you know, on the way home, you got death wobble.
Yeah, and you think you done thrown a weights off, or you got a square tire or something. Oh, you got some mud in there. I've had that happen so many times, and so it was pretty muddy on the way in, but I was really glad that we were able to secure a spot that was up on a little ridge. We were in some grass, and it was
Yeah.
really nice because I knew we were probably going to get a little bit of rain one of the afternoons or during the day, so I wanted to be able to get up high and get in some grass where we weren't going to be like down in the mud. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think we had a pretty decent spot. We had access to the river,
Yeah.
and it was really nice. So we took our little trailer. You took your trailer,
Yeah.
and you changed your setup a little bit on there from when you'd went out the weekend before. What was the reason behind that?
Well, it's just sort of continuing to try and fine tune things and get things sort of set just right. Added um, the shower awning and mounted the overland shower setup, and just sort of rearranged the way some of the roam boxes were mounted to the trailer and make them easier to get to. But
Yeah, it's a constant learning process
yeah,
uh, for all of us,
yeah,
And I know, well, when we went for the bonfire the couple weekends ago, you looked like you was a little frustrated. I know your wife was frustrated. You had brought out some different things and did a little bit of different setup, and I remember saying, I'm sick of being the last one set up and the last one to leave, and we're gonna have to do some things different. So I thought, yep, the when Tony sets up next weekend, it's gonna look totally different. And that was true. That was true.
it did. The rain that didn't help from the previous weekend, it sort of
Yeah,
kind of puts a damper on
it does.
sometimes, but yeah, it really really makes you think and sort of consider other setup options.
Constantly,
Yeah.
constantly. Um, and I really like the way that of course, going back to letting everybody know what we're talking about. Your trailer, you home built your trailer,
Hmm.
and you've got a Free Spirit rooftop tent on it,
Yeah.
and it's open in the middle, so you were able to pack a lot of water. I guess you were planning on everybody being able to wash off because of the river stuff and stuff like that. So I know you were packing a lot of water, but you also, which I like, I love how you mounted the overland shower because it made it so easy for you to wash dishes. And I really wanted to get in that. That ended up being like the gathering spot for everybody right there where your shower tent was, or I would have just stripped off down and showered over there because that looked like that was going to be the way to go.
Yeah, it's nice having that all set up right there under the Rhino Rack awning, the 270 awning. So,
Mm.
but yeah, it ended up being kind of a gathering space, and nobody really, I carried 40, what was it, 48 gallons of water,
Yeah.
and ended up taking most of it back because nobody was really in up for taking showers, I guess. But
Oh, I was. Oh,
that's
I
it.
was. I was sticky, and I was really. Of course, we used the geyser Saturday night and just showered over in our clam. So that was what we decided to do since everybody was just gathering under your awning because that thing was providing all the shade for everybody to sit under. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Hello, Richard. Richard came by for a little bit Saturday night. Brought us some cigars.
yeah.
Appreciate that, Richard. That was a good time. I hope y'all
That was
had a good
nice.
time up in. He came by. Him and his wife came by and sat around for a little bit and visited with us. And then they went on up to Eureka
Yeah.
to do some sightseeing and up there. Richard, appreciate you coming by. Jared's in the house.
Hey,
Uh,
buddy.
what's going on, man? Jared is one of the hardest working guys I know.
Yep, for sure. Have you
Yeah.
did I tell you that he got a new truck?
Yeah, I heard that.
Dude, that thing is so sweet.
I heard it's big.
Yeah, it's a big old
Yeah.
Dodge. Big old Dodge.
Jared
Yeah.
is the CEO, CFO, and everything you could possibly think of Shop Overland Apparel.
Yeah.
He's where you can get your Oakley Overland and your Professor Bats and Friends t-shirts, patches, hats, all that good stuff. So, Jared, we appreciate you, man. To go to shopoverlandapparel.com and you can get everything you need. They also have a subscription
Yep.
where you could do a subscription. What how's that work, Tony? I know you're doing that.
Yeah, so and I need to renew it, but basically you order the subscription and you pay for a shirt, and he just he just starts sending you shirts, and once a month he'll send you a shirt. It's for a 3 month stretch, and then you renew it. But it's just any of the folks that he has set up there as clients, he'll just pick a random shirt and
That's
send
cool.
it to you.
That's a great way to
Random
support.
color, yeah, random color, random design, but you just choose your size, and
That's awesome. That's
yeah,
awesome. I'm glad it's only for 3 months because my size changes so much that I would probably have to cancel it and then start it again because I wear a different size and then I'd be a little bit smaller and then I'd be a little bit bigger. And so yeah, 3 months. That's good. That's
yeah,
good.
that's a good number.
Well, so Friday evening we got a little bit of rain, and that wasn't bad. It was actually a little bit of a mist. It wasn't even really a rain.
Yeah,
It was nice. The it was so weird. The weather was so weird because when I left my house on Friday, it was hot, and I almost put shorts on and a t-shirt because it was hot here.
yeah,
And then when I get up there, I get out of the car and setting everything up, and I'm like, man, it's kind of chilly. And
yeah,
it was like the longer the day went on, the colder it got,
yeah,
and it was it was a little bit weird. But then once night set in and we went to bed, it got warm. And so that was pretty odd. I guess there was a front coming in or something with that with the rain or mist or something. And it was just a little bit interesting to me how the weather did. You
yeah.
know, here in Arkansas, it can change on a dime always. But
That's right. I got out there with shorts and a t-shirt on, and ended up adding a hoodie, and then, like you said, it got warm at night.
yeah, well,
So
we ended up when we went to bed, we were just laying there with the windows open, and I think about midnight or so, I turned the fan on, and about 2 or 3 in the morning, I turned another fan on because it just seemed like it kept getting warmer and warmer and warmer through the night. Normally, the
it,
nights are cooler than the days, but it's where
it
Arkansas
was
weather.
weird.
It was definitely weird. Now I've we've changed our setup here recently as well. We've acquired a little trailer, and we're kind of getting used to it. It's a lot different than what we're used to.
Yeah,
We've always slept in a rooftop tent. You know, I've got a rooftop tent on my trailer that I built, and this is a trailer that you actually sleep inside, and that's we're really liking it. It's kind of like we're part of the tiny house RV club. You know, it's a little RV. You can sleep inside, but you can sit inside of it. It's very plain Jane. And there's nothing a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles to it, but it's got a little kitchen. It's a taxa tiger moth. I love how the side opens up. Love how the back opens up. You can, you know, you still feel like you're outside when you're in it, and it's got a little awning on the back. And I really liked how we set it up this time because we put that awning out the back, and then we put our clam right at the end of the awning, and that just made for a lot of coverage. Place where we could just sit things out of the weather, and yeah, and Gia said it makes it so easy to sleep with the dog. I don't have to carry the dog up and down the ladder when she has to go pee, and so that was really nice on me. And so because you know, I think last night, no lie, last night was the first night that my little dog has slept all night without having to get up in the middle of the night, and
yeah,
I was very thankful. But it was it makes it interesting. It said Gen Xer says the tiger moth is a great multitasker. That's true.
yeah,
It's really nice how you can just sit in there. You know, several weekends ago we were there and it was hailing and raining and we were inside, you know, just reading books out of the weather. So it was nice. It's nice to be able to just get in there and close everything up, turn some fans on if it's hot, or put a little heater in there if it's cold, and then you know when everything's nice outside, you can open up everything. It's got windows all the way around it. or you can open the doors up. And yeah, Gia says like hitting the easy button. That's right. Um, it's got a nice little kitchen on the back, real easy to make a few things, make coffee every morning out there. So we've changed like the bedding up. I like comfortable but yet easy to set up. Um, and I cannot sleep on a hard mattress, so we have to do something about making sure that I've got a blow up mattress that fits in there, and it's amazing.
You probably
And
have two or three that would fit in there.
yeah, got a few,
Yeah.
but it's nice. Everything fits up under the seats, and we're able to just stack everything in there, and we're getting it organized. We're getting it organized. I've got an overland shower coming for it, which I'm super excited about. We're going to be gone for 3 weeks this summer, and be able to have hot water and take hot water showers. That's going to be really nice. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Well, I think we're gonna have to change something about our setup.
uh-oh,
Yeah.
more changes coming for the Batmobile.
Yeah. Yeah. We finally decided it's time to change tents on the trailer.
Now,
So
y'all have the Free Spirit,
the
which one?
Evolution
The
55.
Evolution 55.
Yeah.
Now, the way that tent opens up, it opens up on one side like a clam, and then it comes straight up. So you've got sight all the way around. And I've
Yeah.
personally had this tent, um, and it feels like, if you look at it, the tent looks pretty good size, but once you're inside of it, because of the way that it sits and the way that the walls are angled, it really cuts down on the room, and you really don't have as much room as what you think of in the unit.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, with my wife and daughter, my daughter's getting bigger, and they share that now, and we're trying to get to where we take the dogs more, and so we really need a bigger tent, not only for them, but one that maybe our big dog Sadie can get in there with them. So I think I was talking to Kyle over at Okie Overland today about the 230A3.
Oh yeah,
Uh, that's a huge tent. It's a
it's a
it's a
big
little
tent.
bit bigger than a king bed. So
Wow,
yeah,
bigger than a king bed.
just a little smidge bigger. Yeah, and it's deeper too. So what she has now, she can put uh, the self-inflating mattress and her
Hmm.
sleeping bag in there,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much it. But with the A3, she'll be able to put pillows, additional blankets, and all that kind
Hmm.
of stuff. So
Yeah. Now that's a
and
hard shell clam, right?
hard shell clam. It's got the rails on the top, so we can move the solar panels over. And Kyle told me that 230 is coming out with an annex for that tent this summer.
Oh
Maybe.
my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. So that might be. I see that in our future.
Mm.
So anyway,
With the annex, you could do away with the separate tent,
yep,
because you put the annex on there, and somebody can sleep down on the ground in the bottom,
that's right.
and and that'll just be one big setup. Does it
Yeah.
have two ladders?
Nope, just one.
Just one. Okay. I know some of the king size soft shell tents have two ladders.
Yeah,
I didn't know if that one did. That would be incredible.
yeah,
That would be
yeah.
incredible.
I really like and one thing I miss about my Rome tent is when you had the poles in and you had the side windows open, the fabric on the awnings over the windows actually wrapped down a little bit,
Hmm.
so you could have your windows wide open when it was raining without any issues. And this
Right.
230 does that the same way. So
Right.
I think that'd be really cool.
That's cool. Well, that's awesome. That's going to be
So
a really nice setup. I know Arla had mentioned something about being kicked in the face way too many times, so she was ready for a little more space in there.
yeah,
And so
my daughter apparently is dreaming of being Rocky Balboa in her sleep. So
She is a violent sleeper.
she is kicking and flipping over and swinging and.
Well, and you'll do whatever it takes to make your wife happy. So whatever it takes, babe.
Try to.
Well, I get it. I totally get it. Well, and down in the old man fish camp, Scott was down there. He was actually staying in his Free Spirit tent on top of his tent, on top of his trailer, but it looked like Gazelle City down there. I think there were 4 gazelles
Oh,
set
good
up down
grief.
there. It was unbelievable cool.
There was a bunch. There was a bunch going on. There was a lot going on down there.
Lot going on down there.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot going on down there. The judge was down there, had the new Howling Moon that I just sold to him not very long ago, and that's a king size bed. And he had 2 of his daughters and one of their friends. They slept up there, and then he and his wife slept down the annex. And so that's how they did. They slept 5 in just the tent, the annex. So Judge goes down there and he has a little city set up. He's got so much stuff. It's crazy. And then Scott and Kelly had his turtleback. Oh, and I don't know if you saw this, but there was an announcement today that Turtleback is starting production again in the fall. They announced it
the
today.
4th quarter. Yeah,
So
good for them.
Everybody thought that they had shut down and were going out of business, but I guess they're just taking a break.
Good for them.
Good for them.
Yep.
Happy about that. So that's pretty exciting. And then Mike, I can't remember Mike's last name. He had a Smitty-built trailer down there that he's got from his brother-in-law, and so there were several of them down there. They had been fishing, and they had their canoes out, so they had a really nice place down there. And you talk about food. If you want to go eat and never have to carry a piece of food with you, you don't need a fridge, you don't need nothing, you don't need drinks, you don't need, all you need is a fork.
Yeah.
And most of the time they got that, but they cooked so much food, it was unbelievable, so crazy. Catfish, hush puppies, chicken, boiled shrimp, pot of beans. That's what they had one night. And then the next morning I get over there and they've got bacon, whole cakes, sausage, biscuits, gravy, fried potatoes. It was just unbelievable the amount of food they have over there. Old Man Fish Camp. They turn it out for the food now.
Yeah.
I love Scott. I met Scott many years ago through Overland Bound. Back when we first started, like 7 years ago. He contacted me on Overland Bound, and he tells me to this day, the only good thing about Overland Bound was that I met you. That's what he said. That's pretty funny. Met him. Me and him have camped. I don't know how many times. In fact, he's gonna be the best man at my wedding. So, pretty excited.
That's
about
cool.
That. But
that's cool.
Love that old man. I told him he could wear shorts and Crocs to the wedding, but he said he's gonna actually wear some long pants. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But
I was wondering about that. What I was gonna have to wear.
Oh, you can wear whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'd wear shorts if I was you. It's gonna be hot. Yeah. The pants that Gia got me to wear at the wedding, they're so thin you could see through them. So I think I'm gonna be all right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. June 23rd, we're getting married. Everybody's welcome. Come on.
June 23rd.
Yep.
Yep.
It's gonna be good. So Friday night we sat around the fire. I actually built a fire because it was cool.
Yeah.
Got a fire going.
And went and gathered up driftwood off the beach down there.
Did a great job of gathering up wood. We had some good wood, and had a good little fire going. I know your daughter and several of them roasted marshmallows. I got out, and if you've never done this, pro tip, take you some Totino's pizza rolls, cook them over the fire.
That was so good.
So good.
That was so good.
Totino's pizza rolls, put them on a little stick. I've got the little extendable sticks that you put the marshmallows on. Don't do them when they're frozen because you'll cook the outside and the inside will be frozen like some nasty Cajun food.
Yeah.
But as long as they're thawed out, they'll cook on the inside. and they are crispy, crunchy, smoky, amazing. And I know how much Arla loves smoky food, so she loves it.
Yeah, no, she's not a smoky
Jeff,
eater.
we were at Woolham. We camped at Woolham right there,
The World Campground
right
on
there,
the
yeah,
north side. Yeah,
campground, right there where all the turd tanks are, um, on the east side of where you put in. So when you go down the hill, you just take a left, big wide open field, and that's right there on the Buffalo National River. I know Jeff went down to Toyota Jamboree down in Texas. Looked like he had a good time down there.
good turnout.
Pretty cool. But yeah, having the fire, sitting around the fire Friday night, that was nice. That
Yeah,
was really nice. Being able to just talk to everybody,
had
catch
some
up, meet the new people, and
ate some street tacos.
street tacos. Very
Yeah,
good. So good.
Rhino got to cook his signature frozen pizza on a scuttle.
Yeah.
It amazes me how good that is.
Yeah. It's so good. It really is.
Yeah,
It's so
so
good.
good, so much so that I had to try it Saturday night.
Yeah.
We got some Red Baron's personal pans.
Yeah.
Yep.
You broke out your new adventure scuttle
Yeah.
and tried that thing out. So is that
Yeah.
what you ended up cooking them on?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I used them. I tried a few different setups. David, one of the guys that was there, he brought over his stone from his little pizza oven to try that, and I tried some
Mhm.
different, iterations of different parts and pieces to see about making it work. And
Yeah.
I ultimately ended up just using that round grate that I
The
have for the
little
big
rack that
scuttle.
comes with the scuttle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the little rack. Yeah, so I ended up just putting it right on there, and it worked just fine.
That's good.
So
Yeah, I've
yeah.
done pizzas like that, and it worked out really good.
Oh,
Now
dude.
Richard brings up something new. David had a Green Mountain Grill. It's I actually checked them out when I got home. You can get them on Amazon. Green Mountain Grills makes a portable camping smoker, and I look over on Saturday and there's smoke coming out of the smoker, and I'm like, oh man, I wonder what's going on here. And so next thing we know, David's walking over with some smoked cheese. He had taken some cream cheese and put some overland spices on it and smoked it. Came over with some crackers, and
It was so it just insane. It was so good.
it was insane good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a couple of different kinds, different ways, and yeah, we just tore into that. That was so good. Matt from Ozark Overland Adventures came by Saturday morning
Yep.
and brought his inflatable paddleboard. He loaned us a inflatable two-person kayak, and so he and I and Gia and PJ the dog jumped in Rhino's van, and I appreciate Rhino so much. Rhino was only able to stay one night, so I guess it was about 10:30, something like that. He packed up. He was headed home. So on his way home, he gave us a ride up to Mount Hersey, and we put it there in Mount Hersey. And we had an 8.5 mile float to come back, and so that was really, really awesome of him to do that. So I really, really appreciate. We had a great time. I got sunburned. That was the first time that PJ had ever been in a boat, and she didn't know what to think about it. She loves the water, didn't really like the boat that much. So
Yeah.
she
I,
was
I
hot.
forgot to ask you how she did.
She did okay. She spent most of the time with her head right up on here in my chest, and I was having to paddle around her.
Trying to
Uh,
find high ground.
yeah, she's trying to find high ground, but uh, we got out one time and got in the water, and you know how you get in that really cold water, and it's supposed to like do something to you. It's supposed to like flush your system or reset your system or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I got in, and Matt and Gia got in. They were like, "You need to get in. You need to get in." I was like, "It's too stinking cold." It was cold. Water was so cold. And so anyway, I ended up getting in, and we had about a 20 mile an hour wind in our face a lot of times, and we were having to paddle really hard. And the whole time I was thinking, I'm gonna be sore. I'm gonna be really sore tomorrow because I'm using muscles that I haven't used in long time, long time. But I tell you what, after getting in that cold water, I haven't been sore at all. It's the craziest thing. I don't
That's
know
weird.
what's going on with it. Yeah, I know it's really odd. But PJ was so funny because we stopped about halfway, got out to see where we were, about how much longer we want. Got in the water. She went around, did her pee thing, and all this other stuff. I grabbed her, put her back in the boat when we were going to leave, and she just jumped right back out in the water. She wasn't having any of that boat. She didn't want no more of that boat. She wanted back in the water. And so I had to chase her down again, put her back in there, and she did. She did okay, but I don't think it was her favorite. But
Yeah. Yeah, it's just she'll get used to it.
yeah,
Y'all will be doing more of it, so
yeah. Gen Xer says we had talked ourselves out of needing a scuttle, and then this weekend. Dang it! So many possibilities. I mean, frozen pizza. What? Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yep.
The the plethora of things that you can do with a plow disc will just blow your mind. It'll blow
Hmm.
your mind. I've made biscuits. I've made sweet biscuits,
Cinnamon
um,
rolls,
cinnamon rolls,
bacon, eggs, sausage.
everything you could possibly think of. I have made on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you
Yeah.
need is a lid. You get all the stuff with it, and it was
The
it was
little
good.
the little side table is handy. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. David's on here. We'll have to do some more cooking, man. The cream cheese, bro. We appreciate you. We really enjoy that. David showed up with his family, and David has home built his trailer. So he
Hmm.
has built his trailer from scratch, that was really neat to look at. And he said he said it was a work in progress, and he wants to do a few things to it and change a few things up. But it was really neat to see, really neat to meet them again. We had met them before at Okie Overland back when we had went there, and got to see him, and that was pretty cool. Now David is known for his cooking because
Yeah.
he's won several of the Okie Overland cooking challenges.
Yep.
So that's cool. Jeff says now you know why athletes sit in tub ice. Yeah, I do
Yeah.
now.
There you go.
But let me tell you, you don't just tiptoe into cold water. You just got to head first. You just got to go. You just got to go. If you try to tiptoe in, ain't no doing it. You ain't doing it.
There's too much time to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Pizza,
exactly right.
all the foods. Yep.
Galen, gonna try to make the next one, man. We hope you
I
do.
hope so, buddy.
Uh, I hope you don't have to do any motor swaps between now and then either. I hope you're all done with that. So,
So when are we going to do another one? We're going to wait a whole year, or
we had talked about that. We had talked about that while we were down there about maybe doing one this fall, and I think that may be a good idea.
what do y'all think? Let us know. Should we have
Yeah,
one this fall?
yeah. We were able to take some giveaways, which was
Yeah.
really fun. We gave away a lot of coffee, a lot of trail rated coffee, and I think you
Couple of
gave away
couple of Onyx
Onyx subscription.
subscriptions, couple hats, stuff like that. So
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Everybody's saying yes, 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 yes. All right, they want. I think they want to have one. So I guess we'll do one. We'll try to be a little bit more organized. And one thing that we did not do, that I wanted to do was have everybody gathered around the fire, and I wanted to do a live recording. But I'll tell you this: after we went on that float on Saturday, I was done. I
yeah,
was so tired. And I think the reason for being so tired was we didn't take anything to eat, and we were out there for 4 hours, like from 11. We had breakfast that morning, 8:30 ish, 9, whatever, and we didn't have anything to eat all the way up until 4 o'clock. All we had was water. Um, I took my grill, and we were able to get some water. Matt didn't even take any water, so I was able to give him some of my water from my grill. But um, we didn't have anything to eat, and we burned. I bet I burned 2,000 calories or more just paddling down that river. And I mean, I was spent. I was done.
yeah.
Um, but I was just so stinking tired. I just couldn't do it. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I mean, we didn't really do a whole lot, but just sitting around in the heat talking and stuff, that'll take it out of you. I mean, I was just content sitting around visiting with everybody.
yeah. Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too. It was nice. And
Yeah.
everybody was kind of tired anyway because how hot the day was.
Yeah.
And we had spent the time that we got back, we had spent trying to find shade. And Arla and Misty were camped around the fans and trying to stay cool. Everybody was running around with a fan in their hand.
I'm trying to keep a fan charged.
And you were doing your best to make sure everything was charged. We got a lot of good solar that
Yep.
day.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, that was pretty good.
Had
But
400 watts of solar panels working away. Good grief.
oh man, but yeah, it was a little warm, and yeah, I think you had a fan on the dog a lot of the time, which is that was pretty funny. Everybody got a kick out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just sitting around and visiting with everybody. Joe and Misty from Lady Overlander Radio and the Day We Make, and they were there, and they were fixing to embark on a 2 or 3 month trip. They're going to be going out west, and I knew we weren't going to see them for quite a while. Some of our best friends, and so they were there, and I really wanted to spend some time with them.
Yeah.
Because I knew that we weren't going to see them. So.
They left yesterday, and they'll be back in a couple months.
Yeah, they're doing some of the Trans-America Trail on the way out there, which is really neat. They've already ran across some really neat things. So make sure and give them a follow.
Yeah.
The Day We Make at the Day We Make on Instagram. You'll see some pretty neat things. They run across some pretty amazing things. And they're living in their cars. There's somebody that we can learn from, which I love visiting with Joe. Joe's a philosopher in his own right. It's funny how the tangents he gets off on and the things he talks about. But they're some neat people, and retired from the Coast Guard, born in the same hospital on the same day.
That's crazy.
Crazy. That's weird. That's not normal.
No.
So
no, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm sitting here watching their progress, and they're leaving they're going to Colorado. I don't know if I'd have the patience to take the Trans-America Trail the way they're taking it. I want to get to Colorado. I want to get there. I want to see all the things there in Colorado, and it's fascinating though in what they're doing and taking the time to enjoy the travel, the trip there. So
the journey. They really embrace the journey.
Yeah,
and try to see all the things between here and there. Now myself, I'm an old truck driver. Back in the day, I was a truck driver, so it's funny how I have a destination in mind. I don't have goals or little places I want to visit along the way. I have a destination, and that's where I want to be. And so the way that they're traveling and stopping and seeing this and that, or stopping at every little nook and cranny, hole in the wall cafe or place to take a picture here and there, it's a little different.
Right.
And in my mind, there's really not a whole lot of things to see between here and there.
Right.
It's just a whole lot of nothing. But for some reason, they find it. They find some stuff.
They do. They do. I'm just checking to see where they're at.
Yeah.
They're barely into Kansas.
Barely into Kansas. Well,
barely into Kansas. They've been at it for 2 days, and they're barely into Kansas.
Yeah,
North
they
Central,
are traveling with two children, so you never know how often they're going to have to stop and do this or that. So, but it's good to see them before they left. They're actually letting us stay in their cabin in Jasper for our honeymoon. I greatly appreciate that. So that'd
be fun.
That's amazing. But Saturday night, it was warm. We actually got the zero breeze out, and
here we go with the zero breeze again. You're gonna get me in trouble all over.
I've heard that your wife wants one of those. I don't know if
Yeah.
she's mentioned it to you.
Oh, about every other day.
Yeah. Well, what it is if you don't know, is when it's hot outside, you can hit this little button and it'll blow cold air on you. And so it's a little battery operated air conditioner. Works really well.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. It works really well until what?
until the
You
battery
run
dies.
until you run out of
Until the
battery.
battery dies. Yeah. I'm having a little trouble with my battery. I don't know if I would recommend the battery that comes with it. I would save your money if you've got a power source that you normally use, like the EcoFlows or something like that. I would go with those, just plug it into those and be done with it. Because the
Really?
battery, I'm having trouble with the battery on it, and it's not wanting to charge. And the battery, the batteries that they have, they only warranty for a year, and mine's way past a year. So if it's not going to charge, then it's worthless. I just have to throw the thing away. And so I read a lot of reviews on it today when I was doing a little bit of research, and apparently they're having some trouble with it. So I don't know that
Really?
I would recommend getting a battery. I would just plug it into one of the power stations that you've got and let it run it. So that's what I'm going to do from here on out. And but anyway, while it was running, let's see, it's got a remote control that I had left at home, so I couldn't turn it on and off. I just let it run. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, it started beeping. So I guess it had ran for 7 hours on the battery that it was on. So not bad for an air conditioner powered by a battery. But we were so
Don't
comfortable.
say it. Don't say it.
Oh, it was cold in there. It was so
You're
cold.
so cold, huh?
Yeah, it would have been colder if I had put the unit inside and it was recirculating the air that was inside. But I just sat it outside on the fender and ran the little hose in the window, and it was really nice. But I
So
heard it beeping and went
yeah.
out and turned it off.
So does it have a way you can hook two hoses, like a return from the inside and then the outlet? Is that
There's one hose that comes out the front. I know you're kidding, Gnarly. You don't hate me. There's one hose that comes out the front that blows cold air, and if you have that inside, you don't need that. There's a thing on
okay?
the back for two hoses. One is the exhaust, and one is the return. So if you can put it inside and run one hose that goes outside for the exhaust, and then you have to run a drip hose outside.
Okay. Okay.
But that's all you gotta have. Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Well, all right then.
yeah. So anyway, it's pretty neat. That's the first time I'd ever used it, and I've had it for 2 years. Never used it. It's a little big. It's a little oddly shaped, so it's hard to pack.
Hard to pack our
Um,
stuff around it.
but with a trailer, I got plenty of room, so
Yeah.
I brought it with me, and I will. Uh, I've heard of people actually using it as a heater too, because you can actually turn the temperature up higher than what it is where you're at, and it will actually blow warm air. So haven't used it like that, but I've heard of them doing. I've heard of them doing it.
I'll be.
Yeah,
So you're going to take it with you on your trip up north, right?
I think so. I don't know that we'll need it because it's a lot cooler up there at night.
Yeah.
Um, in fact,
I remember.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that we're.
Well, I was going to say last summer when you were up there, you guys had to build fire in the cabin you were staying
We
at.
did. We
Yeah.
did. That was in Minnesota. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be um, pretty chilly up there. And but I've got room for it, so I'm gonna take it. That way we won't be miserable if it does get unseasonably warm. So
Hmm.
picked up a new thing today for the trailer. I picked up a swing out, uh, and I've got an overland shower coming, so I'm pretty pumped about that. So we're gonna have hot water, and I think once we get that, we may be ready. We may be ready. So I'm loving the propane fire pit that we've got. I think we'll probably use that a lot this summer. Um, so my idea initially was to take the geyser shower, put it in the clam, and then turn on the propane fire pit in there. So when you take a shower, you're actually warm. You know, one thing I hate about taking a shower outside is when the water stops, you're instantly cold.
Yeah.
And so if I can put that in the clam, turn the fire pit on, then it's going to be warm in there. And so we may try that out. Who knows? But we're going to have that overland shower out there too. That's actually going to have a hot water heater. So that's going to be nice. I'm also working on getting running water in the FJ. So as soon as we get done here, I'll have a little bit of light. I didn't want to go out there right when I got off work because it was 91 degrees. So I'm going to go out there here in just a little bit. And I think I've got the parts to make that work. We'll see. I think that's going to be pretty cool.
I was kind of hoping for a few more days of spring.
You know, about 2 weeks of spring is all we get. That's about it. And then it's like death to everything. It's going to be brown, hot, and dry in Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Before I forget, Rhino is trying to get a kayak trip going.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody just put an angry face. Somebody just did an angry emoji for our podcast. That's the first time we've had an angry emoji. We always have the thumbs up and we always have the hearts. We got 15 people listening. You can all put something, but the angry emoji, huh? I wonder if your wife did that because she's angry about not having a zero.
Can I know who did. Can I say his name?
Jeff?
Yeah. Jeff. Why are you angry, bro?
Why are you angry, Jeff? Come on, man.
There's 5 of them now.
Oh man.
Why are you angry, bro? You mad, bro?
You mad, bro? Why you mad, bro? Oh my gosh, that's funny. I actually met Jeff and gave him a fridge slide on the way to down there. And I think he's going to have to do a little work on his trailer to get it to fit. So we're always changing things up, always making additions, corrections, and figuring things out. So, it's all reactions are good reactions.
Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of like all press is good press, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, this going to be the last trip we have. We're Mother's Day is coming up this week. He said that was a wow face. Well, I'm clicking on it. Jeff, and it says Facebook angry. So this coming Sunday is Mother's Day. I highly recommend if you have a mom, do something nice for your mom. You're the reason that she's here. So do something cool for your mom. The weekend after that, we got a pre-run with Go Explore USA up in the Ozarks. So we're going to be going up there with them, doing some cooking. I'm real excited because Brad texted me today. Guess what? I may be cooking for everybody that weekend.
What?
Lobster. Yeah. I've never cooked lobster out on the trail. This is going to be the first time, but I think we're going to grill some lobster tails. Maybe have some lobster bisque to go with it, and some bread on the fire.
Dude.
So that's going to be pretty good.
Dude.
Your wife is going to be leaving and going to Overland Expo West.
Yep, she's flying out Thursday morning.
Going to be meeting Misty out there to be in, what booth are they in?
They're in the KC Highlights booth.
KC Highlights booth. So stop by there and see them in the KC Highlights booth. That'll be neat. I'm excited for Arla. I think she'll enjoy it.
Yeah, they'll have a good time.
Yeah. And then after that, that's pretty much all the camping and overlanding for me until after the wedding. And then after the wedding, we're going up Kentucky, Michigan, and then up into the UP. Uh, so I'm pretty excited about that, camping up in the UP. And Tim Havner with Zero Breeze. We talked about your Zero Breeze there, Tim. I used
Yeah.
it this past weekend and it was amazing, but I'm having some issues with the battery. I need you to help me out, bro. Um, I'm not sure what's going on with my battery, so I need to talk to you about that. Um, Eli says, "Who did you say is doing a kayak trip? I need to get my kayak out soon." Um, Rhino,
Rhino.
Rhino's going to try to put a kayak trip together, and we'll get that out there and make sure everybody's got that on there.
Yeah.
Kentucky and Tennessee this weekend for Chad. Hope you
Nice.
enjoy that, Chad.
Safe travels, buddy.
Yeah, safe travels. All right, Tim. I appreciate you visiting with me about that, and we'll figure out what's going on with the Zero Breeze.
Yeah.
Love the
Arla.
Zero Breeze. I got nothing bad to say about it. I loved it. It kept me nice and chilly.
Arla's got plenty of bad to say about it.
Well, it's just because she ain't got one. That's it. Just because she ain't got one. She'll
She's
have
got
one
plenty.
before too long. I promise you.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
promise you. But
Anyway.
going up in the UP, I'm real excited about that. You know, a lot of people go out west during the summer, and it's and that seems to be pretty crowded. I love going places where there aren't that many people, and I think going up in between Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, there's a whole lot of things to do up there. A lot of kayaking you can do in the caves. There's some hiking that we want to do up there, but camping on the water is something that I really am looking forward to. So we're going to go across the Mackinac Bridge and then head west, and hopefully we'll get across there where they have the core retreat up there on the peninsula, the Keweenaw Peninsula. I'm gonna try to get up there, and that's going to be a great 3 week um, honeymoon for us.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Say, do
pretty
they
excited.
do they have ticks and chiggers up there?
No, not really ticks and chiggers. The thing that they have to deal with the most are mosquitoes and black flies.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes and black flies. And here's a pro tip. I highly recommend getting what is the little thing that you use for the mosquitoes?
Thermocell?
Thermocell. I got a
Yeah.
thermocell, works great.
Yeah.
But for the black flies, black flies. So if you get some, um, there's a kind of soap, uh, the manly soap, Irish Spring. Get some Irish Spring, shave it up into little pieces, and set it in a bowl and set it out. And it's supposed to keep the black flies away. So I read that. We're going to do that. I'm going to get a whole bunch of Irish Spring. And so if you have a problem with black flies, try that out. Let us know if that works. Because
All
I'm going
right.
to use it. I'm going to use it. In fact, we had to deal with them a little bit this past weekend. They were biting everywhere, weren't they?
Yeah, I had a couple of those. What I didn't get this weekend, which I'm thankful for, is I didn't
Ticks.
find one tick on me this weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I found them all the weekend before. All of the ticks the weekend before.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, you were covered, and you took them home with you,
I took them home. It
and
was a
they
mess.
they breeded while they
Yeah,
were there, and
yeah.
had more ticks and
Oh, it
showed
was
up all
awful.
over the place.
It was awful. Yeah, so the first thing we did when we got home this time was we bathed the dogs.
Yep,
Made sure they didn't bring any
me too.
extraterrestrials with them.
Yeah, I got in there and bathed PJ as soon as we got back too. So that was one thing that I wanted to make sure, because getting her in that river water, I know she was going to just reek of wet dog, and I just
Mm-hmm.
not a big fan of that. So, but anyway, I appreciate everybody listening this week. Man, we had such a great time on the listener retreat, and I'm pretty sure that we're going to do it again. I love to have more people there. I really appreciate the Gen Xers and what was it? Apex? Is that right? Apex.
I think it's Apex Overland.
Apex Overland, David and them, and then the guys, Rhino and the Day We Make, Bats Off Road, us, and the Old Man Fish Group, Old Man Fishing Club or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't ever get it right.
And
we had like 11 or 12 rigs.
Yeah, the other guy in the Forerunner that was there, the first one, was it Philip?
Philip.
Was his name Philip?
Yeah. He brought us the chocolate. What do you call them?
From Misty's.
Misty's and Leslie.
Yeah.
They're like a chocolate pie, but they're different. And instant heart attack.
Yeah.
So
good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So good.
But yeah, we appreciate all y'all coming out, and we had such a great time meeting everybody. Definitely going to do it again, and I think we're going to plan another one this fall. Maybe get a kayak float trip sometime in between here and there. But got a lot of things to do between here and there, and so we need to get to it.
Yep.
We need to get to it. Tony's getting a new tent. Or Arla's getting a new tent.
I hope. I got to sell one first. So anybody want a really good shape, Free Spirit Evolution 55.
Yeah, hard shell tent.
Yep.
Got a good deal on it. Tony, make you a deal.
It's got cross rails. It'll have the inflatable, self-inflating mattress and the Free Spirit sleeping bag. So,
yeah.
Anyway, keep an eye out. We'll be posting that soon.
Heck yeah. Well, till then, hope everyone has a wonderful week. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming on the trip if you did. If not, I hope we see you next time. We have a great time visiting with everybody and everybody coming on the show and offering up your opinions, your questions, your comments. It just makes our week, and we are excited to do it every week. We will be back again next week. We're going to talk about overlanding with pets, because that has become something that we are both dealing with, and I know a lot of people are dealing with it too.
Yeah.
It has definitely changed a lot for us. So anyway, hope you have a wonderful week. Until then, look out for number 1. Don't step at number 2. We'll see you.
Join us next week.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Boom.